We no show notes. Ah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh. Pause.
That was interesting.
I have no idea if that is going to record that way, but it was like the Matrix. I was like over there, but I was over here, and hello. Sounds like my morning, though. Actually,
Oh, you know,
a metaphor for my morning. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
With no show notes. We're gonna wing it. Happy August.
Yay!
Yay! It's our 5-year, it's the anniversary, our 5-year anniversary. This is our anniversary month. Yay! I'm gonna talk more about that in a minute. But hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in sunny, probably raining this afternoon, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. And for those that are local, first foggy morning of August. No, I think yesterday was foggy
not
too.
quiet about this. What?
Yesterday was foggy too.
Okay.
Foggy mornings in August.
What? Why are you telling us about that, Liz?
For
people who aren't local.
Local lore is that the foggy mornings are an indicator of winter weather.
Crap.
Yes.
Weren't they all foggy last year?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yay, August. Okay. So, it's chunking again.
Yes, it is.
If it does it too many more times, we may stop and start and splice them together. I have no idea. That was really weird. I have no idea if it's recording that way. But it could be our internet connection could be wonky. That could be that's never happened before.
No.
We use Zoom to film because, you know, we don't have expensive equipment and stuff. So that's interesting. Okay. What was I saying? Anniversary month. Yay. It's fitting our anniversary month would indicate how crappy the winter is going to be. No, we opened our shop. Oh, I think I needed a, can you pass me a tissue? We opened our shop on July 28th, 2017. And so August was our first full month in business. And so we use that's what we celebrate. We celebrate August as our anniversary. Our full-fledged, you know, all month long. Woo! So, and 5 years. Oh my gosh. Like, to me, that's a milestone.
Doesn't seem like 5 years.
Even my parents went, what? 5 years? What? Yeah. Doesn't seem like 5. Well, there are days when it does, and there's days when it doesn't. And I think part of it is because COVID just feels like one long month. Or a couple of months, you know, it's like it's been a year since COVID hit, right? Not 2.5. But yes, so half of our existence, half of the shop's existence basically has been under COVID. And COVID's not gone. How we handle it is better, is kind of how I like to think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah. We've been having masks in the shop for at least 2 years. Yep. And before that, I don't think anyone was in the shop for several months. So crazy. Oh my gosh. But we are thankful when people reach out to us and tell us they appreciate that we're doing masks. So so far, knock on, you know, whatever superstitious thing. Like, we're not relying on superstition not to catch it, but you know, whatever thing to keep us in the right mindset, we have not caught it. And so here's hoping, because we interact with so many different people. That's more than anything. It's like, I think some people with the right protocols or maybe even without protocols can have avoided it so far. Because I want to say, what, in the US, it's like 60% of people have probably had it, if not more, but of what they can track.
Yeah.
So far. And it's not just because we knock on wood, it's because we have the masks and the air purifiers. And okay, let me stop talking about that. 5 years. So we're celebrating all month. I'm kind of just shocked, especially because the last year or so of it, I've done it without the financial assistance I did at home for the first, just under 4 years. So, yay. Thank you all for your support. We really do appreciate it. So we're trying to figure out things we can do and ways we can celebrate. And rather than just have percentages off all month long, which would be both good and bad for us. One of the things, the reason I have this guy is we're going to use him a lot. We used to do the pull a button from a bag, and now that's just feels germy. Even this is a little germy, but a little less. Like, people aren't groping it. So, but this is our reel of discounts. And I just
it's orange.
Oh, it's orange. I just wiped it clean of the last time we did discounts, and I'm going to relabel it with things that end in 5 from 5%, 15 and 25. And we'd love to go higher than that because people lose their minds at 25 and above, but we also want the shop to stay open. So
yes.
Let's see.
And it would kill us.
There are 10 spaces on here, and I'm putting 3 things on, which means I'll have 1 left over. And I'll probably make that like an extra 15 or 25 because 5%, it's something, but it's not a lot. So, but I'm going to put 5, 15 and 25% on here. And, we have 2 weekends that we're going to be doing this, spinning this at the shop on Friday and Saturday. And then for all the people who watch us from far away, who can't come into the shop and get a discount, we're going to spin this for discounts every, when we spin it, it's going to last for a couple days, but it's going to be, we're going to switch up the day that we spin it on. It's probably going to be a day we're filming, that kind of thing. And I know there's some people who avoid the VSC because it's dangerous.
Most dangerous.
So it'll also probably be on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Now it won't be today because I haven't finished setting up all the stuff because I tried to rest a little this weekend, which would be Sunday. And Monday I was working my butt off, but haven't set half of the stuff up. So anyway, we are also, and this mostly applies to local people, but we are going to be having a couple of local indie dyers visiting. The first one is this Saturday, August 6th. We're going to have the Fiber Fairy here. And she is an local indie dyer out of Franklin, North Carolina. She is going to have yarn and roving. And I think she mentioned something before about having sock sets where she could give a pattern away with sales and things. So she has some fun ideas planned. She will be here Saturday from 11 to 4. And we always offer a special bonus. If you buy something from one of our local indie dyers, then the same day you can get 20% off Sun Dragon things. So buy from her full price and save money with us on the same day. So just, stock up. So August 6th, we are having Fiber Fairy in. And August, what is 2 weeks after that, is the 20th. We are having the Spunky Sheep in, and she
20th
had,
or 21st.
I think it's the 20th because I've been writing this all over the.
Okay.
If it is not the 20th, I have been putting the wrong date on so many things. It's the 20th.
Okay.
That's hard. It's 14 days after the 6th. And that you're right. Sometimes with the numbers, it's 1 day off. I can never understand why.
No, I was thinking Saturday was the 14th after the 6th, and it's the 13th, isn't it?
Because it's 7 days after. Anyway, on the 20th, we're having Spunky Sheep, and we had lovely yarn during the crawl from her and leftovers from the crawl for a while. We still have a little bit back here on, if you spin it, Lil. It's the top rack, the top pegs. So Spunky Sheep will be here on the 20th, and I think she'll have both yarn and roving as well. At least I hope. So people who want roving for spinning and things like that, yay, come out those 2 days. And we will always have that special. If you buy from the indie dyer, you save 20% with us that day. Be like, look, I bought this. We'll say, yay, discount on our stuff. The other weekends, so the 13th and the 27th, we will be doing this. And we'll probably do this on Friday and Saturday of every other weekend. So not this weekend, but next weekend. But I gotta figure this out and you know, do all the stuff and yay. But Thursday, we will probably be spinning this for the first time to give online sales and in-shop people a random discount with a 5 at the end. So be on the lookout for that. However, if you're behind on these episodes, it will only apply for the day we do it and the next day. So we're probably going to post this on social media too, to catch people who don't watch YouTube. This is not a YouTube only thing. So if you're behind on the episodes, you could always check out social media.
Pay
Facebook,
attention to
Instagram.
social media.
Yeah, pretty much. Pay attention to social media. Yay. I put that in my newsletter too. I think there were things I left out of my newsletter, but that's life, you know. So anyway, a lot of like housekeeping things right up front. But yay, we've been open for 5 years. I think that's pretty remarkable and crazy and wow. This has been my life for 5 years now. That's really cool. So what did you do this weekend, Liz?
Well,
Well,
so last weekend I showed up with 3 spools of 3 bobbins of spinning, and then I applied it.
yes.
And then
Wait, and the spinning was from
leftover
roving from
dreads.
oh, leftover from dreads.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all leftover.
I didn't know if you got stuff specifically for this.
Nope. It was all leftover bits that I had put pearl fiber in, and it was all just, you know, sitting there in a pile. And so I took this whole, it was like, it filled up a shop bag, one of the like plastic shop bags of roving, and I spun it, and then I plied all of it together, and then
and you plied it 3 plies thick.
3
right?
plies thick.
Okay.
And this week,
all of this stuff are things I don't do, so I just kind of vicariously enjoy what she does.
This week I cut it all up into dread length pieces, and you're fine.
It exploded.
It did,
but not all over the place, just on the sticky note,
which is a good thing.
And I
braided it in.
So paying attention.
I have yarn.
Oh, you have very tight braids now too. That's nice.
I have yarn in my hair.
She has not just felted roving. She has yarn that she has spun.
I didn't even
fly.
felt it. It's just straight up
that's
yarn.
what I'm saying. It's like it's not the felted roving stuff. It's actually plied yarn.
Yep.
So when people that doesn't mean plarn. That's something different. But so when people say, "Is there yarn in your hair?"
Yes.
You can say, "Yes, there is."
And I made it. It's shake and bake, and I am.
I was just thinking that. It's about to. You beat me to it. Oh, someone's calling, but we're not answering for. Oh my gosh, it's already late.
It's already late.
So I have the housekeeping to. That's really and what's this? And what's this?
So I have a friend coming whose
work
wedding was like 2 years ago. So now I'm actually working on a wedding thing. Anyway, it's
that's the wedding thing?
Well, I started a different wedding thing because the other one had mohair, and it's just too hot to work with mohair. And so anyway, it's gonna be it's short, but long wise, it could be a really nice lap blanket or like a wraparound shawl or
it's cute colors.
A scarf. So yeah. It was their wedding colors, plum and
silver.
It
was. So, okay, that's very good. Yay. Now I understand some of the things you bought last week. I was like, okay. I thought you were making bunny sweaters out of it or something.
So the stripes are going to switch back and forth between this stripe and this stripe. So
I like it.
Stripe will be.
And only by her pointing that out did I notice that they're different.
It's not a thing.
Not a thing.
It's not a thing.
Oh boy. Okay. So let me quickly run through things I did this weekend, because then we have an intro knitting lesson coming in 15 minutes. So, which is yay. So, July wrapped up our, well, we start new crochet along or knit alongs every month, and that doesn't mean that they're done when the month is over. For many of us, things are still going. So my Montana bag that I started, I reached the end of my second skein of yarn. So the worsted weight yarn is not getting as far. It only took me 2 skeins of yarn to do all of this with the DK weight, which was thinner. And I don't know what beyond that, because I'm using the same hook, but look at how much wider this one is. Same number of stitches, same hook, thicker yarn. See how that,
You just crochet.
I crochet very fun, but I think if you took the same hook and thicker yarn, yours would come out bigger too. It's just thicker yarn, but maybe not. But are you going to test that for me?
I have 2 of them, but I've done, one is the original size and it's double stranded.
You changed
and one is super, or not super bulky, but bulky yarn, and I'm doing it on a smaller hook than I should because I wanted a tighter bag.
Tight. Well, this I did on an E. It's a worsted weight on an E, and so I wanted a tighter bag, but it's still big, much bigger than the other one. I am at almost 9 inches, not quite. And I want to say I'm at 20 something rows, and it's supposed to be 30, 36. So it's going to take me 3 skeins minimum, but I ran out of yarn. So I stopped on that. I have to get more yarn today. And, I'm going to stick just to crochet along stuff or knit along stuff, since we should probably go soon. And apologies that this is, a short episode. I was wondering why this is so heavy, and I brought in hydration. That's why it's so heavy.
Hydration is
key. So this month we are doing our brioche knit along of the Brioche Bandana Cowl, and I was doing the fingering weight one to get ready for this, and I'm still doing it. Oh my gosh, the fingering weight pattern, like, so there's 3 different thicknesses of yarn for this pattern by Lavanya Patricella, and they're different patterns, a different pattern for each thickness, because she wrote them at different times. And there's fingering, DK, and bulky. The original one was bulky. So I've just reached the separation point of my fingering weight one, because it was like 40 rows of brioche. Oh my gosh, which was fun, but took a long time. And I'm finally where it's separating, and I get to go back and forth instead of in a circle. And the cool thing about brioche on small circular needles like this, when you have to, like, when you're going flat and back and forth instead of in a circle, when you're done with one side, you're supposed to push it back to the other side of the needle and start again. And when you're done with one side, for right now, I don't have to push it very far. I just kind of stop over here, and I pick up the other color over here, and I go around again, and then I turn. So it's actually been kind of fun, but I just have too many things going. So this is my fingering weight one, and I started a bulky one over the weekend because I filmed enough for 3 videos to get people going on this project. I've only published 1. I published the setup row, where after you start, you establish your ribbing, you introduce the second color, and set up for brioche by starting to do your wraps, your slips and wraps and things. But I filmed enough for the setup row, a brioche purl row, and a brioche knit row. And the other 2 I'll be publishing throughout the week as I have time to edit and post. But this, if anyone wants this color combination, it is rust and moss. And it's not yet up as a kit online, but we can make that. So if you see this and want this color combo, contact the shop.
It's a pretty fall.
It's nice, because a thicker one for fall, that will be lovely. So, but I have a class this Saturday, so I might not do much more on this. I filmed it for morning meditation this morning, but I might not do much more on this because I'm probably going to rip back so I can show people for the class. We have a class the 6th and the 20th for brioche in the round, and then brioche flat for the different parts of this cowl. And I think we have 1 opening. We were booked, and I think 1 spot just opened up. But the other thing I've done is I have made a second session of this on the 13th and the 27th. So we'll see if there's any takers on that, because we didn't have any takers on our crochet class this month. So I made a second section of brioche. So if you're local and really wanted to take the brioche class, there's another option. So, because it's wonderful and I think everyone should learn it and have fun with it. So I'd like to have more people take it, because I keep my classes down to about 4 people, because I don't want to, I want to be able to give everyone a good amount of attention and help. And when the classes get bigger than that, then I feel like you're not getting your money's worth. So, or you have to do a lot of it on your own. Anyway, so this is August. And then coming up is our September one is going back to crochet, and it's a super simple log cabin shawl. And I had fun with this weekend because I was trying to figure out, I was trying to figure out what to do. Like, the chunks are 6 rows wide, right? And I picked these rainbow colors. And when I got through one repeat of this one is going reverse through the rainbow and this one's going forward through the rainbow, I realized I ripped out the stripe after the purple and the red in the middle towards the end of this right there. Yeah, I ripped that out so many times. I tried so many different things, and then finally I'm like, what if, since it's 6 rows, I do 3 and 3, and somehow doing 3 and 3 got me further than trying to do 6 all with one color in many of these. So I went backwards. So like, see, blue, then purple, then blue again. I went backwards through the rainbow, but I used green over here and teal over here, so there wouldn't be a big green stripe right there. On the edges, to make it not have an overlap down there, I used the teal and the green, but I had to reverse them on one side or the other so that they wouldn't overlap and make a stripe. Like here, if I hold that up,
yeah,
you can see the bottom part there. I'm sure I have ends and things hanging there.
Oh yeah.
So I think I had 7 balls. I think I had 7 balls of Cascade 220. I'm a loose crocheter. It will work out different for different people. This worked, except my orange didn't quite make it to the end of the row. I had to switch right here and start with red, but then finish my red. But I did have enough red. Like, I have this plus a little sample swatch I started and stopped of the red left. Orange is gone. Yellow, if I had leftovers, I didn't bring them in. So yellow might have just, actually, no, I think yellow, whichever one side of this has a longer strand of yellow. Yeah, see, like there's a long strand right here. That's all I had left of the yellow. The blue I just ran out, and I'm this far away from the end. So I can just pick up with the purple there. It's a longer chunk though on the other one.
But you know what? It really isn't noticeable as much as
it's true. On that very last section, especially on the outsides, it's not as noticeable. I can rip off from this thing I started that I didn't finish. I think this little look, if I hold it like this,
it's almost
it's still gonna be, but I'm probably gonna change to the purple about the same place I changed to the red on the other side. So it's actually gonna end up being balanced, which is kind of cool. So I'm almost done with this now. I'm going to do I just have a section of purple along this side. So I think this actually made a really decent sized shawl.
I do, yeah.
And I think some people might be okay with ending where it was just one repeat. But I wanted to show how far 7 skeins of Cascade 220 could get you if you are creative. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I threw in the teal, so 7. This is how far it can get you if you get creative towards the end. So that's what I spent the majority of my weekend on, and I'll show you. Because these colors didn't do a full stripe on both sides in the center, but I used them on both sides of the edge. This is how much I have left of the teal and the green. And I'm probably going to pound through most of this because the rows are getting really long.
Good thing you have.
Longer, and I have a little extra if I need it here. So that's been super fun. We have a class with 1 spot left on September 3rd for that. And we may make a couple of kits. Anything DK weight will work for it. Kits for this though, there's no set amount of yarn for this shawl. It's meant to be modular. It's meant to be bigger or smaller depending on what you want to do. So kits are challenging because I can't guarantee a size it's going to be, because depending on how many colors you use and in what order you use the colors, it's going to change. So that's just, it's a challenge.
Well, and some people are
haven't
going to
decided
want to
yet.
do fingering weight, and some people are going to want to do worsted. And
It's written for
it's-
DK, but yes, you
yeah.
can change that. It's not reliant on doing DK. This pattern is established for different thicknesses of yarn. The pattern writer Addie Van Norel for the log cabin shawl recommends DK, but she leaves it open-ended, and her shawl is much bigger than mine.
and
and
she used what?
She used like 2 like giant cakes of cotton that like has decisive colors in it. She used like different colors for every stripe, which if you wanted to do that is a lot of yarn, because some stripes are really small and you'd only use part of the ball. And the people who come in saying, but I only need 50 grams, yarn doesn't always come like that. Some yarns only come in 100 grams, and then you have to be creative. So, but that's a run through of all, like the October knit along is the Rebel Squirrels. I don't have that one here and I didn't work on that, but I probably should work on that sometime this week. That one we could make kits for. It's fingering weight.
Yeah.
And people could do thicker, but we probably won't put together kits for that. They have to do it on their own. Anyway. So much stuff. We should go start opening up the shop. I know this felt really brief, but I think it's because I went off on the anniversary at the beginning. We'll talk more on Thursday about stuff like this. Like tomorrow is for the filming schedule. Tomorrow is our QVC, is our VSC. Yes, the virtual shopping channel where we QVC things for you. But QVC is copyrighted, so we're not actually doing that. Where we put things on sale, and we hopefully have some products coming in today that I'll be really excited to tell you about tomorrow. But I don't want to say too much, because what if they don't come in today? So we will talk about products on sale tomorrow. And then Thursday is the Dear Becky and Lizzie edition, and that is probably my lesson. And so Liz, if you can go, we're gonna go, because I don't know if I locked the door.
I did.
Okay. We got to go set up for that. And I'll get this video up as soon as I can. She's wandering a little bit. I think it's okay. But she's gonna go greet her. Subscribe, like, all those kinds of things. We will see you later, okay? Bye. Much more to come.